that you're on. It's a different one. Yeah. All right, I see. Yeah, I'm live now. Yep. All right. All right, thanks. Bye-bye. All right, we had a little trouble there, and Stiggs was helping me again get up to speed. So we'll wait a little bit here, see if anybody joins, because this is not the link that was out there. So we'll see. Maybe some people get a notification and jump on, and we're gonna taste one of these live. It should be interesting. Arm distance. Nice to see you, my friend. I'm in my messy office right now. So what I'd like to do is just to start to get into it. And then, like Tommy says, anyone who's not on now can watch it later. But I wanted to do it live this time because I want to answer any questions people might have as I go through this. So, hi. Oh, Gina's on. Hi, Gina. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. So what I wanted to do was taste a Gavi, which is a wine that some people were talking about in one of the chats. I forget. I think it was Gianni in Stiggs's chat that was talking about Gavi, that he had Gavi lately. And I wanted to taste some because it's one of my favorite wines, favorite white wines. And the one that I have here is Ottosoldi. Soldi is the name. Ottosoldi. It's a 2020 Gavi. And before I taste it, I'll give you a little bit of information about this wine. Gavi is a region in northern Italy. It's part of the Piedmont region. And this wine right here is made out of Cortese grapes, Cortese, Cortese. It's all one grape that makes this wine. It's a white wine. Obviously, you can see that. It's traditionally a dry Italian white wine. Not too many people know about it, but I've always liked it. And I was happy to see somebody actually was interested in it in the chats. So I thought I'll try it. And I was coming home from dinner. I was at a restaurant with my wife and daughter, and we didn't have anything to drink there. But on the way home, I stopped at Bottle King, and I saw what they have, and I picked out this Gavi because I thought this is one I always wanted to try. I've never tried it yet. 2020, and I opened it and poured it to let it breathe a little bit. First thing we always do when I taste, at least when I taste, is I go through the three things: color, smell, nose, and then obviously the taste. So in terms of color, usually what I like to do is take a piece of white paper, put it up against it to make sure I'm looking at the color the right way here. And what I'm seeing is kind of like a Coors light color, or a maybe a Corona color. It's straw. Usually it's a straw color is what your wine experts would call it. And now this is room temperature. Normally you drink this cold, chilled at least. I didn't do that because I came home straight from the store and I opened it, which is good for tasting too, because when it's not room temperature, you get to get more out of the taste. If it's room temperature, it's cold will kind of make the taste tighter. So this is good. We're gonna see what this is. if I like it, I'd be glad to recommend it to you guys. I hope you go out and try it and see if you like it like I do. But we'll see. I have no idea. I don't know. I've never had this particular wine before, by this producer. 2022, I think, was a good year. The ratings aren't out for it, but James Suckling, who is a critic, rates them this wine consistently very well. So let's see. So let's start with the smell. Let's see what it smells like. So this smells like flowers to me. Floral scents. Like maybe kind of like honeysuckle. It has like a honeysuckle smell to it, which is interesting. All right, now let me. It's been poured for about a half an hour, so I think that's good enough. For whites, it's good enough. For red, you want to keep it poured and breathing for at least an hour to get the most out of it. But whites, you can get away with it doing it sooner than that. So I'm going to go right in and taste this. Now this is very good. I like this a lot. It has a taste of kind of like a melon, like a honeydew melon, but it's not sweet though. It's a dry wine, but you get like the effervescence of a honeydew melon. You know that it's that greenish melon that you cut up. But it's very dry, which is what I like. I like dry wine. So this is perfect for me, especially in the summer. A lot of times when you're looking up white wines, you're grabbing white wines, you're too sweet. That's not for me. If you like sweet, that's great for you, but it's not for me. So if you like dry wines, Gavi is always a good way to go. Acidity is not bad. It's not high. A lot of white wines are too acidy. This isn't. I mean, it's still there. There is some acidity there, but it's not. And there isn't like that sugary taste, which is awesome. I love that it doesn't have that sugary taste. It has some natural taste to it of a melon, and which is pretty unique. I've never tasted melon in this type of wine before. But hey, it's there. I think it's great. It's actually delightful. I like this a lot. I think I'm going to actually go out and buy more of these and keep them. It's very light. Maybe it's a little bit lighter than I've traditionally tasted Gavis, because Gavis tend to be a little bit heavier than your Pinot Grigios and other white Italian wines. But this is kind of light, which I like. I mean, I like that for hot weather, like we're having right now. It's perfect. You chill this thing and you can drink it. You drink it with anything you want, really. Traditionally, you drink it with fish or appetizers or cheese. Not too often with red meat. White meat, pork, you can drink it with turkey, stuff like that, chicken. You stay away from beef when it comes to white wine. But anyway, I mean, this is really good. I like this a lot. There's been a little bit of a mineral taste on the back end. And, Gavi, the Cortez grape, and where it's grown in Gavi, which is the region, again, the soils tend to be chalky. So you get like a mineral taste, kind of, which is kind of refreshing. It's not too heavy. Like I said, doesn't bog you down. It's nice for cool weather. I mean, for hot weather, it's going to cool you off as long as it's cool. White wines aren't going to have the sulfites in them that make you hot. When you drink red wine, you kind of get hot. That's usually the sulfites that are in them. So this is a good wine. I like this a lot. If you guys have never tried Gavi, I would recommend it. Definitely go out and try this one. This is Ottosoldi. Ottosoldi is the producer of it. It's a 2020. It was $14 with taxes. It was $14 at Bottle King. So that's a great price for a bottle like this. It's a high quality. I think it's high quality. Maybe that's up to you. You're always going to have your own opinion and tell me hopefully tell me what you think about it. Maybe leave comments or what have you. But this is a good thing. This is a good buy. I like this a lot. I'm so happy that I stopped and picked this one specifically. So that's basically the testing, the tasting for this. I'm looking at the chat right now to see if there's anything in here that I can answer. Only a few, you guys, which is great. But hey, whatever. If you watch us on replay, if you're watching it on replay, please leave some questions in here, and I'll be happy to answer them. Gina, yeah, you never heard of Gavi. A lot of people haven't. A lot of people have not heard of Gavi. I know about it only because I'm a wine, junkie, so to speak. It's a hobby, so I'm always trying to look for new wines to taste. But you don't see it too often. Growing up, I never knew what the heck it was. I never heard of it. I didn't hear about it until I was an adult, an older adult, actually, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. But it's worth trying. And like I said, I don't like the Rieslings usually because they're too sweet for me. I don't like a lot of the whites, the Chardonnays. I mean, some of the Chardonnays I like, but most of them, not my cup of tea. But this is good. And what they traditionally say about Gavi is the white wine for the red wine lover, and I think they say that because it's not sweet. Red wines are not traditionally sweet. They have fruit taste, but they're not sugary. And it tends to be a little bit heavier like a red wine. This one isn't, which is fine with me. It's because under the conditions that I'm going to drink it, meaning outside or on a hot day, I don't need a heavy wine. I like it to be light. Yeah, Tommy, try it. For only $14, why not? Why not try it? And this wasn't the only Gavi at Bottle King. But this is the one that I wanted to try because I had tasted some of the other ones before. Always liked them. Some of them are better than others, but this one's very good. I'm very pleased with my selection on this one. So really, that's it. I just wanted to impromptu jump on and do this real quick and give you a little bit of Gavi feedback. My feedback on Gavi, and see what you guys thought. And hopefully you learned something a little bit about the grape. That's the grape Gab part of the show, which is the Cortese grape, which makes up Gavi. Gavi comes from northeastern section of Piedmont, which is in northern Italy. It's not far from Genoa, is where this specific region Gavi is. Not far from Genova. So kind of, if you look on a map of Italy, if you look on the in here, this is my grape Bible. This is my Italian grape Bible. Say in here, so here's the Piedmont region up here, and it's in the lower eastern corner of it. Right there is Gavi. So northern Italy wines, a lot of them. I mean, the great thing about Italy is that there's wines all over. Every region makes its own wines, which is awesome. You can exclusively drink Italian wines always. You don't have to. You're not stuck with one thing. You're not going to be stuck with just Tuscany. You're not going to just be stuck with Piedmont. You're going to be all over the place. You have Amarones. You have Sicily has its own wines that are not that famous but are decent and they're good. They're cheap, which is awesome. You don't have to spend a lot of money. So take the time to learn from this and hopefully experience something great and entertaining with this stuff. So at this point, I think I'm kind of done. I see Adam joined. Thank you for joining, Adam. I'm always happy to see someone new joining. That's awesome. And my take is always, you want me to try something, I'd be happy to try it as long as it's not too expensive. I was in Bottle King and I was looking at some of the stuff they were doing there. They're refurbishing the one near me, and they had some really high-end stuff going in. They were putting in special cat-locked cabinets. There was one, these are like hundreds of dollars a bottle. I don't buy that stuff. It's not, you never have to spend a lot of money, I found, to get good wine. You just need to be smart in when you're buying it. that's pretentious stuff. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Say, I have a $200 bottle of wine. I have a $300 bottle. Why? You just want to throw money out the drain? This is $14 and it's a great experience. Why would you spend all that money? To impress somebody? That's not what we do. That's not what I believe in. So just try new things. That's what I always say. Try new things. It's a great experience. It's something to do with friends and family. That's what I always say, which is awesome. And if you like this, we're going to just a little advertisement. We're going to do one on the 28th in front of Jack Calandra's Amore Pizzeria. It's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be tasting the Orviettos that I showed. I did a short on that. So that's going to be fun. We're going to taste it with pizza, which will be interesting. Yeah, arm distance. The short where I took the bottle of the freezer. That was Pecorino. That was a Pecorino grape, Pecorino wine, and I was doing that just to show you preservation technique, my preservation technique, which makes me allows me to drink decent wine all week long by just freezing it, and I freeze them overnight. I'm going to do the same thing with this bottle after I'm done here, because I'm not going to drink the whole bottle, obviously. So I have my glass. The rest of this is going to be, I'm going to vacuum seal it and then put it in the freezer. And then tomorrow about midday, I'm going to take it out, let it naturally defrost. And then I'm going to have another glass at night. And I could do that. I've done it up to 4 days in a row, and the wine tastes stellar. It tastes just like as I've opened the bottle. So I don't know why more people don't do this. It's something that someone mentioned to me, and I wanted to try it, and it came out great. It's just it's a good way to keep on top of bottles. A lot of times I would not open a bottle because I didn't want to waste it. Well, you don't have to if you freeze it. Because I'm the only wine drinker in the house, and no one else is going to drink with me. So I'm only going to drink a glass a day if I drink any, and I don't want to open a bottle and waste it. So this was a godsend to figure out how to preserve that wine. Let's see if there's any other questions in the chat. Gina, if you try it before I do, please let me know what you think. Oh, you're talking to Tommy. Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. It's not expensive. Try it. Why not? It should be fun. And I'm interested to hear about your palate, what you think about it, because everybody's going to have a different take. Everyone's going to either like it or dislike it, or may not care. But as long as you're trying new things, it's an experience. So that's what I want to encourage people to do. Try new things. I'm going to do a couple more. I'm going to do some videos in the future where I'm going to show you how my friends and I have done wine tastings over the years. We've been having like what we call wine tastings. It's just a group of us that is the Wine Guild. That's where the Wine Guild came from. It's just a name that we came up with for our group of friends that have been tasting wines for the past 20 years. And I will go over how we do that. And I think it's a great formula for anybody who wants to get together with friends. It keeps you together. It keeps your group together. It gives you a fun thing to do. And we've been doing it for so long. We're kind of experts on how we do it. And hopefully, you guys can do it any way you want to. But I just encourage you to do that, because it gives you an opportunity to taste new wines as a group and share your experiences with each other. That's the fun of it. Somebody may not like it. Somebody comes up with crazy things they taste, or it really gets fun if they don't like the wine and they just start describing it in a certain way. So it's a lot of fun. We get together maybe once a quarter now. We used to do it more. Can't do it as much lately, but it's worth it. Keeps our group of friends together and having fun. On distance. Yes, I do turn the bottles. I keep them on their sides. I would love to have them on a tilt. My wine fridge doesn't allow them to be on a tilt. If you can get them on a tilt, that's perfect, because then you're getting the entire part of the cork that's wet all the time by being on a tilt. So if you can do that, that's awesome. You probably don't even have to turn them that much. I turn them for two reasons. One is to make sure the whole cork stays moist so it doesn't dry out. The other reason, you'd still want to turn them if you were doing it for the sediment that builds up in the red. In the red wines, you're going to get sediment, and you want to keep turning it to keep the sediment from accumulating at the bottom of the bottles. That's another reason to do it. That's why I do it, and I only do it, I think, once a month. Some people do it crazy amounts. Like some people do it every week or something. I don't have the patience to do that, but it's definitely good to do because it helps you preserve the wine. Especially, I have some bottles that are pretty old, and I want to keep them. For example, I have bottles that I bought for the years my kids were born, and when they turned 21, I want to pull out those bottles and drink them with them on their birthdays, and saying, like, this is a 21-year-old bottle of wine. It was bottled the year you were born, and I think that's a kind of cool tradition to do. Arm distance. I know you don't believe in ice, but have you ever tried a frozen peach or grapes? No, I haven't. You mean like freezing the actual fruit and eat? I've never tried that. It's good? I mean, I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to put it in the freezer and see. I'll get some grapes, put them in the freezer, see how it comes out. The peach sounds like it would be hard though. Are you gonna bite into that peach? I don't know. I assume it's good. I assume that you like it, right? Oh, and then you're putting it in the wine. Okay, I see what you're saying. Then you're going to get kind of like a sangria. You're going to kind of create a sangria that way. Yeah, I mean, why not? That's pretty awesome. That's an awesome idea. I've never tried it. But yeah, it's better than ice. That's for sure. That'd be better than ice, without a doubt. Okay, so the fruit is going to actually provide the cold to the temperature of the wine. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have to try that. Great idea. So yeah, I mean that's it. That's my trick for today. It's a Thursday, so we're getting close to the weekend. It's hopefully some type of knowledge you can use to make your weekend a little bit better, a little bit more fun. And I'm going to try to do some more shorts on other things. The few shorts that I put up I'm trying to do them specifically on a tip that would help you guys learn more and better appreciate wine. I think I'm going to do one on carrying, how to transport wine. That's going to be one that I'm going to do. Adam, you tried them too. That's awesome. I'm going to have to do that. Definitely. Yeah. And if anyone else has any other, I'm always looking on YouTube for other reviewers of wine. I love watching other folks do that. There's not that many. There's some big guys, like a lot of followers that do it. But I'm looking for more like guys like me, just everyday guys, not experts. So if anyone comes up with that type of stuff and recommends, sees any, let me, send me the link or put it in one of the video chat area so I could follow and look at these guys and see how they taste. I'd love to see how other people do it. Like I said, just regular people, not sommeliers or people that call themselves experts, because I'm nothing at all like an expert. I'm just somebody that loves wine and loves it as a hobby. And I think that's what's cool about it. It's not something that I'm trying to make money or sell anything with. Homemade wine. Yeah, well, I want to actually make some homemade wine this year. I've traditionally, I mean, I haven't done it in like 7 or 8 years, but the way I did it was I went to a place and did it. It was a place that a group of us would go to, and we would use that place's equipment. I want to actually do the stuff myself, like my great grandfather would do. I was told he did. I mean, I wasn't alive, but I've told that my great grandfather used to make wine every year in the basement, and they would last all year long. So I want to do that. I really want to try it this year. So if arm distance, if you have any tips on the way you used to do it, I'd be happy to and thankful to hear about them. Yeah, doing it with the in-laws. Yeah, I mean that's the way to go. Those, the older folks know the stuff. They pass it down after generation after generation. So you got to watch out for those. Some of that homemade wine being 200 proof. Some of it is pretty damn strong. That's one thing I forgot to talk about on this bottle is the alcohol content. I'm trying to see what the alcohol content is on this guy. Oh, 12.5% alcohol. So not a lot, not too much. Not like a 14 or 15 like you'd see in red. And that's typical. Whites usually have less alcohol in them. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to hear going step by step as to how you did it. That'd be awesome. And no yeast. Interesting. Okay. And you were making red, or were you making white? Or both? I mean, some people I know make both. They make a batch of both, which is kind of cool. Red, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we made. No, when we went to the place, and that place doesn't exist anymore. It went out of business, but they had industrial size equipment. They had industrial size presses, stuff like that. Yeah, Adam, you're right. They will. It'll keep you smiling all night. That's right. Yeah, my father-in-law used to make it sometimes. And his wasn't fancy. His was pretty remedial how he would do it in like jugs and stuff. And I used to tease him and say that was that's 200 proof wine. I'm not touching it. I have to drive home. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I mean you know what? I think I want to do a show on homemade wine. I want to taste some homemade wine and share some honest opinions of it. Some people think their homemade wine is the greatest ever, and then who knows? It could be lighter fluid. It could be, grape juice. It could be vinegar. Who knows? I think it'd be interesting. What I'd like to do is try to recruit people to donate like a bottle of their homemade wine and taste it all. Do like a tasting, if they're willing to deal with some possible criticism, because I will definitely be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat any of that stuff. But anyway, look, I've been on 27 minutes. That's awesome. Thank you guys for joining. I really, really appreciate it. This is really, I did a live stream before with Tommy, but this is really the first one that I've done like this on my own. I think I did a live stream before, but no one was on, and I just put up the video. But yeah, no preservatives, right? You're right on distance, no preservatives. So you don't have to worry about that nasty headache in the morning. Yeah, awesome. So anyway, I'm going to, as Tommy would say, bang out for the night. Been on for a half an hour, which is good enough for me. I hope you guys learned something. If you like what you saw here, please, this is, we're small and mighty here, this group, but I'm just so thankful for you guys joining me today, and hope you learned something as always. So I'll bang out by saying, as always, wine is life, wine is fun, and if you like what I do here, help me build the guild, and tell your friends to subscribe and hit the notification buttons. So thank you so much. Have a good night, and see some of you guys in the morning chat. Take care.